Everybody loves the Natty King. He is a simple man, the kind of guy who takes genuine pride in watching his son evolve from just eating to eating aggressively. The kind of guy that is so masculine, he would rather get drenched in the thunderstorm than be caught dead with a feminine umbrella, or worse, with his toenails painted. But on the other side of that spectrum is a man of flair, a fashionista, a brother, if you will. Please brace yourself for the words of wisdom from the king of banana hammocks. It is Craig Jones. The Jiu-Jitsu internet was absolutely broken May 13th when it was announced by FloGrappling that you were arrested. Are you fresh out of the clink and this is the inspiration for the outfit? Or?
Well, yeah, I had to adopt back to my natural state, return to my roots here to survive prison, return to my Cholo gang, basically MS-13 at this point.
Speaking to them in Spanish, practicing, telling them that the El Segundo podcast will eventually make a return after this one gets canceled.
As I've been accused, MS-182 by Freddie back there. I think so, I look half Cholo, half Blink-182. It's pretty fair.
What exactly happened? Because there was a lot of speculation online. I know you were shooting a lot of content in FloGrappling, but was it the destruction of the Gordon Ryan memorabilia that kind of broke the camel's back on your welcome?
It did annoy them, but obviously it has no value, intrinsic value whatsoever, so they really couldn't press any charges. I did have to spend the night in jail. They said, come to the offices, fuck around. You know, that's what, for me, fucking around is. We're gonna break some shit, we're gonna cause some problems. I don't think I belong in any sort of corporation offices with upper and middle management who don't know what's happening. You know, that's kind of on them, really.
The thing about FloGrappling these days is it seems like they're almost wanting to be more involved with all things CJI, despite what we saw with the arrest.
Yeah, that is true. We do have an announcement, and there will be a more formal announcement about my partnership with FloGrappling, right? So the enemy of my enemy becomes my friend here. And in doing this partnership, I really have to be quite apologetic. I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, does that mean CJI is gonna be on Flo? A lot of cheap bastards complaining about $3 million wasted, another $2 to $3 million wasted on this event. And they're like, oh no, Craig, is it gonna be on FloGrappling? You're doing all this work with FloGrappling? Well, I do have to apologize to absolutely fucking no one because it's still going to be free on YouTube and I'm going to be working with FloGrappling. That shows how cool these motherfuckers are. What a massive liability it is for me to sign a contract to work with them. I think their lawyers and HR department are aware of what a liability it is, but obviously I am the chaos the sport needs right now to build it back up. We tore it down, now we're gonna build it back up.
So what exactly was the motivation to begin working with FloGrappling at this point? I know they had a change in leadership with the general manager, Ben Kovac, is a friend of yours through The Guardian, which we're partnered with for CJI too. But what other things did you feel like was aligning with FloGrappling's energy in 2025?
Well, I mean, fair plug to Ben from Guardian. Obviously, he looked at my Latin American criminal Vatos Locos roots and he knew I could get in touch with the children. Not like some of the other grapplers do get in touch with the children, unfortunately. But yeah, we had that partnership with Guardian. He spent a very short period of time with me, realized I was actually a semi-decent human being, which is not really something to brag about in the world of Jiu-Jitsu, but he got on board with Flo. Flo started the negotiations with me. And my goal was to really grow the sport. So that's really where all this comes from, is I want to blow it up. And now I can blow it up even further on a massive company's budget. It's going to be mutually beneficial for everyone here. We are proud of all the free content we produce. Obviously, Alex's fucking salary is expensive, cuts into the money I give to starving children, but she's not concerned about that whatsoever. But with this inflated Flo budget, I can wreak a bit of havoc in the grappling world because we do have an enemy out there that is trying to deal exclusive contracts. Now, I know Flo have tried that before and won championship, have utilized that before. But one, absolute legends. I mean, shout out to an old enemy of mine, Tom DeBlas, who've been so easy to work with, representing one. And now I'm at FloGrappling. Basically, the call is coming from inside the building. They are all on board with their athletes participating in CJI and any other real events that grow the sport. So we're really trying to come together to save people being locked down into exclusive contracts because It's kind of what holds back a lot of sports when you see, or a lot of combat sports, when one guy's signed to one organization and we think he's the best, and another guy's signed to another one, and we can't get those matchups. So I personally am going out of my way here to make sure that we don't miss out on the matchups people want to see. CJI is a singular event per year. It's not a series. It's not, you don't have to compete against us. We're just asking for 2 days a year to just absolutely blow the bank on the best event possible. And really, if other organizations want to come in the way of their grapplers participating in an event where they can make really good money, we're going to go to war here, and I'm probably going to lose every dollar I have, which is, again, probably why Seth's handing me the power of attorney thing today to control me a bit in that sense, control my liability here. But yeah, really, if you're going to fuck with us like other organizations have in the past, I'm going to get me and my cholo buddies to come after you.
So there's a lot to keep track of when it comes to your hit list, your enemy list. But when it comes to who is the current enemy, it's not what we had last year when it was ADCC versus CJI. You sent me a text saying that you're on the phone with Mo Jassim every day?
Yeah, we've united again. The brothership's on again. We have come together for a common good here. Yeah, miracles do happen. Obviously, I put him through a hell of a year last year. I do apologize for that. Occasionally, I take things too far. But it's nothing we can't move beyond.
We would have never guessed that you ever take anything too far.
Anthony sacrificed a career as a professional bongo player in Colombia to return to me here to focus on this task. And we do know his passion. You know, Alex, his passion for playing the bongos.
Yeah, that was a secret talent of his, and I'm glad that I'm aware now, but not really. I kind of wish I didn't have to see that. Do you have any secret talents?
I think I surprise most people every day when the Vyvanse hits around 8 a.m. with a outrageous idea. I usually keep calling people until someone tells me you should absolutely not do that. And I'm like, all right, we're getting closer. We're on the right track here.
I think that does contribute to one of your secret talents. It's not a 24/7 thing, but late at night, at times, you'll have like one pupil that's like much bigger than the other one. Yeah. And I wonder how you manage to get that. And then you hide it with your
I think it might be brain damage, yeah. We developed these sunglasses to both hide my slightly smaller pupil as well as my state of intoxication and ultimately a lot of crying.
Is it like a combination of substances? Like how do you get that on such a regular basis, you think?
Depends the challenge at hand, you know what I mean? We use the right substance for the right time. I use the right substance for the right negotiation with the right people. You know, but like obviously that's led us this far. No one's going to commit to a CJI 1. Like CJI 1 went against a pre-existing 30-year legacy event, the Olympics of our sport. Like no one's cooking up an event the same day as that, an inaugural event, unless they've spent a lot of time around a microwave at 4 a.m. You know, that's a bold idea. I think it's paid off for us.
And having that disrupting factor when the inaugural CJI was taking on ADCC in the biggest weekend in submission grappling, when I spoke with the general manager, Ben Kovac, he told me that it's not really a goal for you to have another disruption in jiu-jitsu. You will do it if you have to, but at this point, you're just trying to grow and almost unite the sport.
Yeah, well, obviously, we do a ton of charity work. My social media antics, there are a lot of it's antics. Obviously, some of it's real, but yeah, I'm using that to leverage that into charity, to grow Guardian charity, Fair Fight charity, we're nonprofits, and yeah, Flo's going to help us do that, and to grow those charities is also going to help Flo come back. Like obviously, we've been filming some stuff around the Flo offices, and I will say there is a bit of PTSD. It's not a very strong pro-Craig sentiment in the building, evident as soon as we walk through the doors, but we're going to turn that around. We're going to turn that around, and they are letting me do whatever the fuck I want. And I think that's a testament to them and laughing at themselves and knowing that they're heading in a new direction here. We've got a bigger problem. We've got a bigger enemy in the sport to fight, and I'm going to figurehead that in partnership with FloGrappling and try to improve and promote all of their events that they host.
One of them coming up June 13th, WNO 28. We even have Declan Moody, who recently won at the CJI Australasia trials. So is there anything else you're looking forward? Are you going to be in Costa Mesa for that event as well?
I'll be in Costa Mesa for that event. We need to get the boys hyped. We need to get some promotion behind it, and I will be there in Costa Mesa. Allegedly, I do have a few people trying to kill me right now. That's a story for another time. I try to be on the move, you know, dodging hitmen, dodging child support payments, but I will be there for the boys.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have a lot of people coming for you if you keep up with the Gable Steveson jokes and acting like you have the pass. Did he give you the pass officially? He gave Aaron the pass, apparently.
Did he give me the pass? I've been given the pass enough times from enough influential figures in that industry, but I'm not, it's holstered. I'll throw it out if I have to. Not as much as you, you're throwing it out. I know you're half Filipino, but it's not a pass. Filipinos don't respect the pass.
Yeah, Filipinos don't respect anything, especially ladyboys. But what is the...
or wealthy white man, but that's another story for another time again. But
what was that interaction like, first meeting Gable? I know part of it was you wanted to size him up to see if this was something you still wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big boy. I sized him up. He sized me down. And I think we both feel, well, he feels very good about the situation. Me, it's time to utilize my sponsor, Marek Health. Use the code word BTEAM to get 10% off, and we will get ourselves as jacked as possible here.
What was going on with the size disparity? And I think you were on your knees. Gable did, when you think of pure wrestlers,
that wasn't on camera, but
they don't like, I don't know, usually typical wrestlers are very purists, and they also don't like the whole, gay jokes. But it seemed like Gable was kind of down for all of that.
There's a reason gay's in his name, the man's down for the cause, he's down for the agenda. Yeah, the wrestlers don't joke around as much. Shout out to one wrestler in particular, Dylan Palacio. That man can joke around. I respect his humor in the wrestling community. Kyle Snyder probably should have joked around a bit more. Bit of a mishap for him lately, but who knows, maybe that's pushing Snyder's price down. We'll bring him onto the event as well. He'd also be a good guy to have around the after party, I think.
When it comes to the Gable versus Craig super fight matchup, fans can expect that on the Sunday. Or on the Saturday, August 31st.
Sunday. It'll be on the Sunday. I wish it was on the Saturday because I'd get absolutely fucking obliterated the Saturday night. But yeah, it unfortunately has to be the main event unless we can pull something together that's better than that. And we're still working on a co-main or some other, maybe a 4-man tournament on top of this event.
Interesting. That is a complete teaser, another 4-man tournament.
Very interesting.
Any speculation?
No, I cannot speculate at this time.
Interesting. All right, well, we have, Flo, June 13th, WNO 28. We got to that. Now we also have the European Misfits trials coming up. There's going to be a lot of competition with the Australasia trials that we just saw, a lot of beautiful acting from Kit Dale, Lachlan Giles. But Owen Jones was in the chat saying that there's levels to content creation. So what are you expecting out of the content creation for the European trials coming up?
Yeah, I mean, Kit obviously quit Jiu-Jitsu to pursue a career in acting, and now he's back in Jiu-Jitsu, so I think that's a testament to his acting ability, though he did shine quite brightly. Don't laugh at that, Alex. He's a legitimate actor. That is a testament. But yeah, he is a very good, those skits were very, very well done. Kit was the figurehead of sort of growing outside the sport through social media antics and stuff that I've copied and never given him any credit for, really. But I think British dudes will be funny as well, like Australia and the Brits, the Euro guys. Some of the Euro guys, obviously not Polish or German people, they're not really that funny. But the UK, those fellas will get it done. And also, we do have the American Misfits team, which is, as we know, Americans don't understand banter or sarcasm at all, but maybe we hold out hope that they can put something together.
Oh yeah, we got to talk a little bit about the rage bait because that's going completely viral right now. You said that DC is very biased and that American wrestling is no good. I mean, I guess you weren't being sarcastic at all. Australian grappling is just that much better than American wrestling.
Far superior, really. It's just defeated by sitting down, or if a wrestler takes you down, that's exactly where you want to be. As DC, day by day, slowly turns into the Las Vegas sphere, his opinions on grappling and where American wrestling sits are really being blown out of proportion.
And when it comes to Gable Steveson being in the main event, do you think a lot of the wrestling fan base is going to be super intrigued to watch the entire CJI event?
I mean, that's the plan, really. Like, we're trying to motivate the wrestlers. It's a hard crowd to motivate, you know what I mean? They're very formal, Bible reading, straight shooters that occasionally get busted with the body cam, but we're going to incite as much anger in them as possible so that they are hoping. I mean, many jiu-jitsu people hope for the same thing. Probably everyone in this room would actually hope for the same thing, that Gable breaks my spine in some capacity.
And Gable in the past has worked with Gordon Ryan. I saw one of the comments online was like, Gordon is probably hating this collaboration. Was that any extra motivation for you to also work with Gable, or was it completely separate?
Nah, to be honest, I just wanted to say, look, Gable, sorry you had to meet that guy, sorry you had to spend some time with him. Really, on behalf of the jiu-jitsu community, he doesn't represent us. I mean, yeah, I was quite apologetic for the fact that he had to spend time with him.
When's the last time you've seen Gordon?
I do not know. Maybe, I don't know.
That would have been the ultimate fighter type of deal. But you guys would have definitely
Imagine booking an Ultimate Fighter show for grappling. Like, that format, like I said on Instagram, has been dead for 12 years. Like, McGregor brought the numbers up, but like, McGregor's incredibly charismatic. He's a loose cannon. He gets the people excited. But through the limitations of that old format, he couldn't even get the numbers they wanted to tune into that show. Through no fault of McGregor, just through the shows, the format's pretty shit. So for an organization to think they can replicate that with grapplers that don't know how to speak is going to be very difficult. Very challenging for them. I'd say it's a terrible investment. The only way we could have saved that show is some real heat, and that would have been me and Gordon as coaches. But as far as I know, Gordon refused to coach alongside me.
So I guess the post that you made with you and Gordon side by side was a little bit premature, was a little bit of a troll?
Yeah, so I did speak to them directly, and they said, hey, this is in complete confidence, and everything they told me about who the coaches were, I immediately got off the phone and just posted that me and Gordon were the coaches, because I truly believed that could have been some good television. Would have been a massive insurance liability, I think, and security budget would have had to beef up for Gordon's protection, but it would have been great TV.
Well, you guys are both rocking the Texas look right now, so
I mean,
maybe you guys could bond over that. You don't think ever one day you guys
look at
will
what I'm
make
wearing.
up?
He's seeking to deport people that look like me, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's definitely a lot of drama. But let's get back to the CJI trials. We know that the 66 position is locked in with Owen Jones. He used to be someone, I guess he still trains at B Team, but right now he's in the UK and he'll also be there for the trials. But tell me a little bit about Owen Jones' game and why you're so excited to have him part of CJI too.
I mean, Owen's a wild man. Like, I got respect for him because he lives a life off the mats as well. And I think, if you're partying and stuff and you can still get the job done, respect. Like, if anyone wants to just sit at home, diet and all that bullshit and be good, okay, you're good. But if you can balance that out, you can be a legend on the weekend and still kick ass during the week. Infinite respect from me. Owen Jones is a finisher, sick at leg locks. We were kind of thinking about having him in the B team and have him and Ethan basically fight off for that spot. But as it played out, it was like, nah, Europe needs some help. We'll send over Owen Jones. Owen did really good at ADCC. He beat the Russian dude that beat the guy that used to train with us, Dorian. Dorian, super talented guy. Dorian will likely be on the New Wave team. And this Russian, Garabeg upset fucking Dorian in the first round. And then Owen just submitted him very fast with a footlock. So Owen's super dangerous. He also beat Gabriel Souza with a super sick armbar. And then to be honest, I'll pretend. I don't really remember who he lost to, but that was enough for me. So he's in that team. We've also got, guaranteed in that team is Charles Negromonte, right? So Negromonte beat me in 2017 by points. He talked a lot of shit after that, respect to him. Rub it in, you know? He did that for years, but then what he did for me at ADCC 2024 was he knee-barred Isaac, who used to train with us. And like, if you were to submit Isaac, that's so funny to me that I'll give you a free pass straight in the team. You know what I mean? He's straight in that Euro team. Not to say he's not good enough to be in it. By all means, he is. But that definitely helps.
Wow, so there was just a lot to unpack there. Let's take it back to 2017, because you were the one that gave me this tidbit. Charles actually beat you.
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, right, that I've taken a loss in the sport, you know? But yeah, Charles did beat me. That was around the time of, I think we had ADCC 2017, and I think in the same month we had EBI, the Absolutes, where me and Gordon had that armbar moment, and then in the same month we had No-Gi Worlds. So a lot happened in that month. But yeah, Charles took me out, passed my guard. He got me tired, wise. Easy. If you get me tired, I'm done. And then he passed my guard. Still hurts a bit, but the Isaac win. Now we're brothers again, me and Charles.
So that's the under 99 kilogram division, and then the over 99 kilogram division, the big boys.
The big boys.
You
yeah.
said that people from Poland aren't that funny. I gotta argue with you on that because Marcin, Polish power, he's pretty humorous.
I think that speaks more to you and what you think's funny than the rest of the world, but I'll let you have that.
Marcin, he had an amazing PGF run. He's also an ADCC Trials champ. We also have Heikki Jasula from Finland, Arya Esmanvas, and one more person, but I'm missing the name.
We're missing the name, yeah. We're working on Freddie Vosgrove. So Freddie has to undergo surgery on veins on his leg, I believe. He's a veiny, jacked motherfucker, but we want him in this event so badly that, like, you win this four-man, there's a good chance Freddie's going to show up at the event out of surgery and staunch you out to fight for that spot at a later date. If you've got the balls to take him on, the giant German, he's quite scary, that guy.
Also, another scary division is the 77 kilogram division. It was originally supposed to be for Mateusz Szczecinski. That was announced, locked in. They're currently in Malaga, Spain for a leg lock little seminar going on, but he's injured.
Yeah, someone tore his bicep, and whoever that is, we're going to find you, and we are going to deeply affect your life in a negative way, because Szczecinski is a cold-blooded killer, and he would have been so good for Europe. He could run a whole team. Now, who knows what happens if we can pull him out of the dirt at the last second, because these teams won't necessarily be set, you know? The coaches have discretion here within a certain parameters. So, like, who knows if Szczecinski can rise from the dead like The Undertaker, because he is a scary fucking guy.
It is definitely a bummer to hear about Mateusz, who took a little time out of his trip in Spain to tell us about his injury.
So I've completely torn my distal bicep tendon. We are doing a lot of camps nowadays. We went to Bali, to Perth, and then to Sydney. So it was third camp in a row. And just during the sparring, I wanted to hold the guy's knee, and he just kicked out to the side. And like, yeah, I've completely torn my distal bicep tendon. At first, I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest, because I didn't feel much pain. But all of a sudden, when Lachlan checked me, he is a physio guy, obviously, he told me to do some more testing about my biceps, and yeah, it's completely torn. I just did the surgery, I think 5 days ago. So yeah, I'll be back in I should be completely fine after 3 months. I'm not sure, I don't want to hold the spot when I'm not sure how I'm gonna rehab, how it's gonna recover, you know. I've had first surgery in my life. They say usually it's 3 months, but it really depends on your recovery. So yeah, I didn't want to hold the spot when I'm not sure if I'm able to compete. And obviously for a tournament like CJI, I would like to have a proper camp, obviously, right? So yeah, just like I said, I didn't want to hold the spot when I'm not sure if I can compete, you know. I mean, obviously, it's never a good time for injury, I guess, but this timing is really bad because CJI is going to be obviously the biggest tournament this year. So yeah, just like I said, very sad, but yeah, what can I do right now? You know? Hopefully Craig is gonna do it next year, and then you can find me meeting some people there, yeah.
Biceps injuries are the worst, though.
Yeah, that's why I try to keep mine pretty strong and massive at all times.
Big priority for you, for sure. Ellis Younger, he is going to be stepping in for Taylor Pearman, who is moving up from 77 kilograms and into that 88 kilogram trials position. Tell us a little bit about Ellis.
Ellis, yeah, I believe Ellis has trained here, and I've trained with him before. Super good. He does some tricky stuff on the legs. I forget the name of the position, but yeah, Ellis is a pretty good favorite to take this division out, I'd say.
Yeah, this division also has Pavel Jaworski and Tom Barry.
I've heard about Tom Barry. I have not looked into him at all, unfortunately. I think I might have seen him compete at Polaris. The Polish kid, a lot of raving reviews, especially from the European coach Faris, from Sashinsky himself. This kid's really, really dangerous. So I think he's got a strong chance to take that position as well.
Yes, and he was the one who stepped in for Owen Jones when Owen had staph and couldn't be the captain for the European squads event.
Coward. You're a coward, Owen.
And I think he got staph at where that event is going to be, Los Banditos.
Oh, really? Extra layer of danger.
Yeah. So, and that's a sold out show. Ferris really did some salesman pitches and everyone is going to be there.
All 3 tickets were sold immediately.
All 3 tickets? Is it a small, like, gym?
It's a small venue, but we're going to have Fight Club vibes, you know? We're going to have the tequila bottle out. You will not be able to say no to a shot of tequila as I pour it in your mouth, or you'll be escorted out of the venue. And
you told me that it's very hard for you to go to England because it's not exactly your favorite place in the world.
I love the people, hate the overcast weather and the food. I think that's fair, you know? Nothing against the people.
But you're making the trip.
Making the trip. For an event like this, I would make the trip, definitely. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be streamed B-Team YouTube channel. I'll probably be put in the commentary booth until we get demonetized, and then we'll have a professional take over.
And then you're going to be going to Manchester to actually meet Tom Aspinall, or was that kind of over-exaggeration in our last interview?
I think I've spoken to him. We're planning to get together at some point, but obviously John Jones is out there riding the back of scooters in Thailand. It's not looking promising, you know?
Yeah, do you think he'll actually get the fight with John?
I mean, if the strategy is to hold the back of another man's hair on a scooter and look like you're on a wildly gay adventure, which for me personally, I think's sick. If that's a negotiating tool to get him into the fight and it works, then he's a genius, right? Gets paid more for that, for those type of fun activities.
And when you said that you were very motivated for a lifelong career in ruining Gordon Ryan's plans, is there any other type of plans that you're looking to ruin for Gordon? I mean, last year at the inaugural CJI, I'm sure he wanted that Miata to be in the safe hands of the guy he sold it to, but you ruined that plan. So is there anything else that you have kind of up your sleeve?
I mean, the guy that won his Jeep giveaway tried to sell it to me, but at an exorbitant price, fucking Jeep Wrangler, like relax, brother. But so we're not doing that. We had to think of the kids again because of how much we have to pay you, Alex. Again, the kids are suffering. We could have had the Jeep Wrangler, but it's either you or the Jeep Wrangler. We chose you.
Lies. All lies. Just kidding. He did buy me this Walmart outfit yesterday because I forgot my wallet.
No, I need the money back.
I'm going to write it off as an expense. Also, Austin, Texas, super fun. Barton Springs you were at, everyone was like, oh my gosh, Craig Jones, can I get a picture? And then on 6th Street, people are, calling out your name too. Do you feel like a little local celebrity when you're in Austin especially, or is it the same everywhere?
I mean, it's a testament to the character of the people that recognize me, considering what I post on Instagram. So it's like a good warning sign if I'm around women or anything, that if someone recognizes me, you should probably stay away from that guy. That guy's going to be a fucking wild time.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. What did you think about the Comedy Mothership?
I like it, yeah. I think it's the second time I've been. Get the shout out to Rogan for the VIP seats. Unlimited bar tab. I was the only one that put that to its paces. I was surrounded by cowards, but...
No, you were drinking water too. I feel like you've been pretty chill this trip. What happened? Are you traumatized from something?
I am traumatized, but I had a water here and straight tequila here. But I was like looking over like, look at these fucking losers just fucking sipping on their waters.
Sparkling water.
Obviously the new camera woman's underage, so she wasn't allowed to drink. But other than that, yeah, don't blame her, but I blame 2 people in this room in particular for being pussies. But we got work to do. For being
bongo bangers.
We got work to do,
Very fun stuff. Is there anything else coming up with CJI 2 that you want to let people know about? I know the tickets aren't on official release, but everyone knows at CJI2.com. If you put in your email, you can get the latest and greatest information. But is there anything else you want the fans to know about?
I don't think so. Nothing else. We got this show week to week. Things are moving week to week. You're going to start seeing more of the names in the event. Obviously, we're chasing them down with contracts right now. Check your email, you fucking idiots. But that's really about it.
And earlier in this episode, we spoke with Nicky Rod, and there was a recent picture of him and Victor Hugo online. So what is your initial reactions to Nicky Rod, Victor Hugo becoming teammates, and also just Victor Hugo as that wild card?
I mean, that's sick. Victor's got to be one of the best guys, for this event. He's an absolute monster of a human being, but he's a lovely dude. He gets around the banter, gets around the jokes, shows where his head's at, his ego's at to like participate in our team as our wild card. A lot of people are talking about like, oh, B team got the jump, they got to like stack the deck. Really, all the coaches have known about the potential for wild cards, and I told them to hunt them down as soon as possible. I'm like, it's a race. Go secure your guy. So us speaking to Victor Hugo was just us utilizing that opening. Again, it's good because he's in Austin. Mm-hmm. He can come down, join, train with the team and stuff. It shows how cool Nicky Rod is. Nicky Rod's unfortunately lost him 4 times, right? Mm-hmm. Now Nicky Rod gets to train with him. So yeah, I think it's a good showing of ego in both parts there.
Yeah, that's definitely a stacked training room that you have. Did you get training in at 8 a.m. today?
No, I didn't. I got distracted because I'm doing all the work around here, you know? I have to come up with all the ideas, plan everything out. I don't really have too much time to train. I'm trying to avoid the training room at all costs, you know?
Why?
Why would I? Well, I mean, just because there's good people in there. I don't like to roll with shit people. I just like to roll with people I can confidently beat.
We also have to touch on the CJI 2 golden ticket that's going on. You could potentially get, if you order a Street X shirt and it's not the black and white one and you get the gold one, you are in for some VIP treats. Bradshaw's going to be in town? What does that entail?
Bradshaw, because Bradshaw's coming, Bradshaw who owns Street X, you'd be surprised looking at him that he can do anything at all, but he will be here on Sunday and then we're going to fly to London on Wednesday. So yeah, I think you might have the samples for those shirts, so you guys be able to see what these golden ticket shirts are going to look like.
What's your favorite memory with Bradshaw?
What's my favorite memory with Bradshaw? 5 a.m., we're post CJI after party. We're at a lovely establishment called Sapphires. Shout out to Sapphires for continuing to let us in there. And 5 a.m. here, someone in this room passed some things around. I said I was all in, I was all on board. I took one, Bradshaw took one, and then I just immediately decided to go home. And Bradshaw, being the lightweight he is, can't even handle 2 beers without losing his mind. He did lose his mind in this establishment, and he was falling over chairs. He wasn't speaking English, and we really put him through turmoil. But that's part of the process with Bradshaw. You can just bully him into anything, and he'll do it.
Is there partly like a hazing process to get into your friend group?
I mean, to be honest, I probably don't have any friends because of things like this. But yeah, we definitely haze each other, you know. Anthony, the bongo player, Freddie spent a bit of time under waterfalls. You know, like there's some interesting things.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't want to either. Not to mention what we've seen you do.
I don't participate in any of this stuff. Oh my gosh. Barton Springs, innocent, wholesome moments only.
Who do you believe? Answer in the comments. Is Alex wholesome and innocent?
On that note, we are wrapping up this episode, number 4, with Craig Jones. We also are going to be talking to the next wild card, so very excited about all these wild card announcements. Thank you, Craig Jones. Please take it easy over here in Austin. And if you see him out and about, if you ask for a picture, just know he's going to ask for one thing.
A kiss. Nah, a shot. If you're drinking, we're going to do a drink together. Those are the rules.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Craig.